And now for something completely different. We meet again, chopping block. So this time what we have is not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 different trailers exclusively on 35mm film. Yep, that's right. But we're not talking the good here. These are the polar opposite. So as you can see labeled on these, we got disaster movie, epic movie, if the camera will even focus. I can barely see that. Yeah, disaster movie, epic movie, Geely, and Hoodwinked 2. Now, I hope you guys don't freak out on me for destroying this obsolete type of stuff, but you can count on the fact that there are more shitty movies out there compared to the stuff we've had like 10 or 15 years ago. And this is some of the many stuff we've had. I know I've gotten an abundance of requests to destroy this and this, along with Meet the Spartans, but this is as good as it's going to get. So, now as for these parody movies, I have seen Epic Movie and Meet the Spartans, as well as Date Movie, and I can assure you this is a guilty pleasure as well as Meet the Spartans, but definitely not Disaster Movie and Date Movie. Let's just say the Date Movie didn't really do much justice for me. I turned off the movie about 15 minutes in. Didn't really care. I don't like every movie. You know, it just depends whether it keeps my interest or not. And as for Disaster Movie, I have only seen like a tiny bit of it, just in terms of a body count video that I used to watch up on Carnage Counts, now Carnage Classics, and yeah, it was laughably bad. I was laughing at how bad it was. As for Hoodwinked, I've only seen the first one a handful of times up on DVD as a kid, and I really liked it. And then, as for this one, like for those that may be in question, hey, what the hell is Geely? Well, I'll give you a bit of a backstory. So, apparently this was one of those movies that got ruined by studio interference and has been cited as one of the worst films ever made. But honestly, I'd lay blame on the studio for it. This started out as a straightforward mobster film that was ultimately reworked and converted to be a romantic comedy since the studio wanted to cash in on the tabloids of Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez. And so as a result, the movie went through rewrites and reshoots, ballooned the film's budget by $20 million, and the thing failed miserably. At this present time, we're coming up to the 18th anniversary of this abomination, and the soon-to-be 20th anniversary. And hopefully by then the filmmakers should buy the rights back to this film and have the director assemble his director's cut for a new Blu-ray, if that's ever going to happen. I actually have the original script. Well, this is the thing. I bought the original script off eBay, and I can assure you it makes much more sense than the jumbled mess that we got. Much of the stuff is just about the same, but it's much different. And if you guys are ever interested, I'll be putting a link down below of a behind-the-scenes featurette of this movie just before the studio took over and sabotaged the whole project, just to get a good idea of what the original film was supposed to be like. As a matter of fact, you can find stuff that was cut out of the original film in this trailer, as well as images you can find up on Google just of certain scenes that were actually shot but you never really saw. Because that was supposed to be for the original vision and not the one that we got. I don't really blame the director for this, but honestly, I blame the studio for butchering this, especially for other filmmakers that had to fall in the trap of studio interference. So, hopefully over time, Brest can work up the courage to seek a way to assemble his director's cut so that way we can be vindicated of all this havoc. Word to the wise, let's get the show rolling. No pun intended. Basically what we're going to do to each of these cinematics is that we're going to unwind these. We'll just have a look-see at the trailer and eventually inflict pain on this. So we're going to be starting off with Disaster Movie. Just unwind this here. Tape is so old. This has to be kept shut with tape. Otherwise, it's just going to go everywhere, just like you see here. I am a bit familiar with film based on seeing stuff on the Gavin King channel where he does 35mm cinema endings, and also has reviewed a few trailers he had bought online, well, with just some of the stuff that he had got. Eventually he had bought himself a film projector and was eventually able to play those up on there. He has a few videos up if you want to go check them out. This also kind of takes me back to the time I actually had a birthday party at the old Reading Cinemas. That's actually still around, but they don't do films anymore as everything's switched to digital. I know for a fact that we actually got snippets each of the 35mm trailer for Hop. Just had that as a bit of a souvenir, which ended up getting bent up and didn't really put it into proper care, and so eventually it got thrown out. But whatever. I'm just unwinding all this crap here. Everything is black, as you can see. Well, now we're getting some frames in here. Oh wait, this is actually the end of the trailer. Gee, how'd I guess? Well, I know for the end of a reel, they would often just have the tail leader shown. So, I guess this is the end of the trailer here. I'll just be unwinding it anyway. Though I am expected just to have a trail of film all over the floor. So, that's how long these things are. Now showing scenes of the movie here, which you could barely see on camera. Here, I'll just roll them out for you. And that's the title of the movie right there. Don't really show my face too often on camera, but whatever. But yeah, you kind of get the idea of how a film rolls. Yeah, so basically I'm just messing up my carpet. I don't know if it would be appropriate for now just to maybe cut a splice of this film and just torture it that way rather than just unwinding the whole reel. Probably go up to the title card and then just cut that out and then just use that for now. And this is what we got. And this is what we're going to be using to inflict torture on this. This might be a long video, but I'll cut this up as best as I can. No pun intended. Okay, I'm using this compromise here to where the only way to be able to see any of this celluloid is to do it in the dark. So I have the camera pointing down and a light shining on the celluloid so that you could even see any of it. Yeah, hold on. Alright, hopefully you guys can see that okay. Well, light is still not good at picking up the celluloid here. And would you believe this movie is so bad that even the film trailer can't even get picked up on camera? I know I would have to probably mess around in post-production just to make this more visible, but I won't even bother. Using what I have and doing what I can, so I'm just going to go ahead and start scratching on the negatives. See it in all its glory. I don't know if a knife would be better. Hold on. Alright, I got my good old Ringer, the genuine Swiss Army knife here. Imagine this is what the MPAA is like in a nutshell. Look, I'm a lover of films. You know, I don't mean to do this here, but this is a bad movie, so I'm setting a good example for the community. I don't like these movies. I know for a fact this also burns really easily, so. And the camera shut off again. I don't know if it's overheating because of this stupid light here. There, I'm pretty sure you could see it much better now. Well, it just depends on how I hold it. I can't hold this and scratch the film at the same time because then you wouldn't be able to see any of it. Here, yeah, that's much better. But the glare is making it worse. Alright, the camera just proceeded to shut off on me again. I don't know if it's overheating or if it's just because of the battery, but the battery is clearly full on this stupid thing. So we're just going to not waste any more time, but just proceed to drop this reel on the floor. Probably not the most ideal place to do it, but I'm doing it anyway. Now you can see the film much better. Do it on the entire reel here. Camera's being so rude with me right now. I put in a new battery and the thing's like pussying out. I don't know what the heck is up. Oh great, now I'm just unwinding the whole thing now. Oh great, now it's going everywhere. Get back here. What the heck is this here? Oh wait, I could take a guess. It's the Incredible Hulk. I don't know if you could see that real well. Hopefully I don't get a copyright claim just for showing frames of this movie. I probably only heard about this movie based on seeing the advertisements on TV or just from YouTube in general or on Wikipedia back in those days. But never seen a frame of it. Oh, Hannah Montana. These parody movies are filled with pop culture references and honestly, it has more misses than hits.